Well, I'm going to make an attempt to work down some wet spots and replant some beans. Mainly because I got beans left over in the drill, and the less beans I got to clean out of the drill, the better. And actually, this spot finally dried up enough that I think I can actually get across it and get something planted in it. So I'm going to work that up. I got a small drowned out spot there, and then I got another field out north of town that I got to probably work up a ½ acre or so. So, what the hell is this, and where did it come from? Huh. I have to remember that's down here. But anyway, I'm using a tool that some people probably remember us having, some people probably don't. Leave that there by that well. It's a 14-foot, pretty sure if I remember it's 14-foot Brilliant spring tooth harrow. Dad actually bought this thing right after we bought this property because he wanted a root rake. So like, we basically bought it to use it for a dump rake is what we used it for. Put it behind the 1800 and drug it around and got all the tree roots picked up. And then haven't really done a damn thing with it since. Other than we used it to seed that waterway, was actually the last time it got used. And it actually works really good. It leaves a nice seed bed, but it doesn't like trash. It's a dump rake. So don't really use it much, but I think it's gonna work good for this because like I say, it leaves a nice level seed bed. So we'll see what happens with it. Dad's going to grab the drill. And technically, didn't know this at the time we bought it, and didn't actually know till I found one on Craigslist about, I don't know, probably a year after we bought this. Technically, if we really wanted to, could paint this thing meadow green and clover white and slap Oliver decals on it, because an Oliver Model 200 spring tooth harrow is this same thing. It's a Brilliant. They bought it and put their name on it. So technically we could paint this like an Oliver if we really wanted to. Oh, fourth seems a little excessive. We'll try third. This thing with the 77 before, but it didn't really like it. Might have to make 2 passes. Still a little soft. Pulls. But then again, it's kind of surprising how hard spring tooth harrows pull in general. You look at them, oh, that can't pull too hard, till you stick one in the ground and you're like, oh, that thing kind of separates the men from the boys. break this spot open, let it dry, and try to replant it tomorrow afternoon. It's kind of tacky. Well, that thing doesn't actually work too bad. It's a little chunky right here, just fucking holds water, but out here, this right here is plantable. My drill will go through this just fine. I mean, at this point, it's replant. But yeah, my drill will go into this just fine. So, I mean, it ain't any different than what my field cultivator would have. My field cultivator probably would have left it a little chunkier. It would have had the ridges out of it because it's got the buster bar, but my field cultivator would have left it probably chunkier than this. And all I did was I went over it once one way to break it open, and then hit it crossway, or hit it kind of at an angle. And that's not bad. My drill can bust these chunks up, so. Anyhow, we gotta head out to that other field. This thing needs some handles on it. Of course, it works better two-handed. Back in the days when things were hard and you had to fold your wings up by hand. Oh my God, how did they ever get by? Actually had to get off the damn tractor, son of a bitch. Life was hard. But I'm gonna head out to the other field. We'll catch you out there. Okay, on this field, this damn thing has a wet spot right through here that cuts it clean in two, and it hooks over there, and there's always a spot there I can't plant. Although it's not as thin as it appeared when I walked this. What day did I walk this? Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday I was out here walking this. Because it was the day I tried replanting and couldn't. It was last Saturday. So this wet spot filled in a little bit more than I thought it would. So I might not even... I don't know. I got the seed. I don't know if because I really only got to go like probably 4 passes wide from about where the tractor's sitting to about in here. And then it starts kind of picking up in population again. So I might do that. I might make like 1 pass there, pass back, come about 3 passes might do it. And then I gotta come down in here, because the rest of this looks pretty damn good, really. Beans I'm actually fairly happy with. They didn't get nearly as bad as I thought they were gonna. Corn, I don't know, disappointed. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed in the corn. That 88-day corn experiment, might as well just throw that out the window. Oh hell, that even filled in a little bit, but I got a spot down there in that part. I got to work some of that in. Hell, I don't even know if I'm going to bother with anything up here, guys. It just, I I mean, it's a little thin, but they'll bush up and fill out. I don't know. It's not like I look at it and I want to throw up. It's just a little thin. I think I'm going to replant this spot. I got the seed. It's a little thin. We'll work this spot here and go down and do that corner. And I think I'll call this field good. If you can't tell, that cylinder's got a slight leak. Just never think to try to fix it because we never use this thing. Although we probably should, because it's an Oliver cylinder. Well, I changed my mind. I was gonna let this sit and dry out, but you know what? Screw it. I don't want to have to come back here tomorrow. I'd really like to get the drill cleaned up, put away, and get the planter over here so I can replant the muck Saturday. So I'm just gonna drill it. And honestly, as wet as this corner stays, if it produces anything, I'll shit a brick. Because I haven't got anything off of this in 3 years, this spot right here, because it'll dry out and then flood again. Because there's a spring. If you see where my rows get funny right there, there's a spring that bubbles up right there and runs out. And that ditch is too low to do anything, and that ditch will stand full of water because it's got no damn slope to it because our county doesn't know how to grade a ditch anymore. And this low spot here, all the way up through over there to where I worked, this usually just stays wet if we keep getting rain like we have. So need to get an actual tile system in here. Need to tile all this low spot on this side of the hill. Need to put probably that whole field except for that rise right there on the far side of that telephone pole. That sand, that stays too dry. But probably need to run at least 2 lines up into that long spot and then grid this on 20-foot centers. And then wrap everything up around the back side of that hill where there's enough fall and dump it in. There's a there's a creek we butt up to that's got enough fall to it to tile all this into it. And the tile system probably wouldn't be that bad. It'd probably only be, to do the whole thing, probably $5,000, because you probably only actually tile in, I don't know, maybe 1 acre of this field and then 4 acres of that field. But we got to make a cut through that hill to get the tile machine down far enough to get grade. And that's where it would get expensive, so that's the reason I haven't got it done yet, because money. But anyhow, got to drill this, drill that, go over, drill where I worked, where I blew that cylinder. Got to remember to check the oil or the hydraulic oil in the 1955 in the morning after, or tomorrow. Hey, little buddy, you're a fat little fucker. I'm gonna get you in the woods so I don't run you over. He's really fat. What was I saying before this guy distracted me? Oh yeah, gotta remember to check the oil in the 55 tomorrow, because guarantee I lost a little bit. I know I blew it over there at that field because that frame was not that wet when I started. There you go. So anyhow, we are going to get rolling on replanting these beans. And after today, other than planting the muck, which is going to happen Saturday, we are making some serious headway on being done by Saturday night. And I'm going to be so happy, except for then I got to jump right into spraying. And then right into side dressing. Hopefully, if the weather stays nice, 2 weeks, I'll have all this bullshit out of the way and I can focus on getting 7300 ready for wheat. Except for, well, I won't be able to finish side dressing because the muck won't be out of the ground. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But at least if I can get on the downhill slope, so I got time to start working on shit, because I need to start working on shit, because wheat's coming up quick. Even gonna get to see a little bit of a time warp. Got the old 4966 and then the neighbor's out. Oh, looks like he's running his M&W disc ripper on his 95 Cat. Pretty sure it's an E series if I remember right. put my markers down. How am I gonna run without markers? The GPS ain't gonna work this close to the fence line. Golly, almost had a bad day. I actually do that more than you'd think. I'm not good at remembering stuff. It's real interesting running all this shit one-handed, trying to hold the camera and run the hydraulics and turn and I'd really need to buy another set of glasses because those work nice, but on the other hand, I don't want to have to carry around a bunch of crap. Truth be told, I probably could have worked a little more down in here, but it'll fill in. They're beans. They're good for this. Well, they either will or they won't. I think they'll do all right. I've planted into worse than that. So that's the end of replant. That's the end of beans. I'm done. Fuck them. Probably, like I say, probably down in that corner could have worked up a little more. I actually don't know how much I ended up with left in the drill. By the counter, I did about 1.25 acres of replant, which is not too shabby. All the rest of the fields came up good, even the ones that I thought were going to be problem childs. One of them actually came up. I was dreading it because normally it doesn't come up for shit in weather like this, and I bet I got 85%, which is plenty. So anyhow, I guess that's it for this one, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Well, we're gonna get you a little bonus footage here. Stopped and talked to the neighbor for a minute. She says okay if I got video of it running. Figure you don't see too many of these older cats, especially around here, so. I want to say that's about a 20-ish foot, it's an M&W Earthmaster. I want to say it's around 20-ish foot. Can't remember how many shank. You could probably count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shank, I think. Not a bad tool, but they keep having issues with the, actually it's a really nice tool, but they keep having issues with the lift rigging on it. They've broke it a couple times. But the thing also sucks into the ground like nobody's business, so there's a lot of pressure on them wheels. But we'll catch her on the way back, making a turn. Call her good. These are a good bunch of people, that whole family. They're fun to hang around with. I've been to a couple parties with them and drank with them, and they're just a real good time, real good people to be around. But anyhow, figured you guys would enjoy a little bit of that, so I guess that is really the end of this one, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.